Addio, mia bella Napoli, addio, addio.
Ciao tutti, Raffa Rispo here. You were probably expecting Henry Bell making the introduction for this beautiful Shadow of Vesuvio podcast on the Far From Vesuvius network, followed by the beautiful accent that is Michele Borelli. But this is Raffa, and I just wanted to get a couple of words in before, and then I think I'm going to come in right after to put the bow on the podcast, because Henry recorded 17 some odd minutes of pure brilliance, and you're about to listen to it. And I wanted to just sort of outro it, because I think you guys need to understand that it was an on-the-fly, off-the-cuff creation by the great Henry Bell. Now, I wish I could say that I was sitting, lungomare, or even at my zia Luisa's garden in Quarto, or even waiting for an airplane at Fiumicino, or even waiting at my Airbnb balcony for the taxi to take me to Fiumicino, because I just want to be there again. Now, here's the thing. It's about 2 weeks removed from June 4th, the Scudetto day, and I'm not doing any of those things. I'm sitting on my porch with my dog in Ballston Spa, New York, outside of Saratoga Springs, just north of Albany, which is the capital of New York State, 3 hours north of New York City. And it's a beautiful day today. It's probably the first beautiful day, or second, since I've been back from Italy, which was nothing but beautiful days. I had the most amazing trip with Allie, with my fiance, with my dad, in Rome, in Naples. I loved Rome just as much as I loved Naples, honestly. But the time I had with my friends, people that I've never met before. Henry, I've actually never met before. And we finally met at Fuori Grotta, outside of Stadio Maradona. Albeit for about 20 minutes. But that doesn't matter. Kirsten, who we finally met with her fiance, Euros. Michele, who I finally met, actually met the day before at the lunch. And so many other great people that I've met before or met for the first time at the lunch at Antonio and Antonio on Margellina. And it was just the most spectacular trip. Getting to take a picture with the Scudetto. I know I took a picture with the Scudetto in New York City in October, but this was special because it was the one that was going to be displayed on the field, the one that was handed to Di Lorenzo, the one that was passed around by the team, the one that was lifted in the Napoli sky. This one was special. And to do it with my father, who couldn't be in Naples for the first two Scudetti, who couldn't make it, to be with him for the first one since. Like, if I'm not at the next few Scudetti, I will not regret not being there, because I was there. Io c'ero. Noi c'eravamo a Maradona in Napoli, 4 Giugno. And it was the time of my life. I mean, I think I'll save it for another podcast to fully describe my time, maybe during the summer. But I wanted to just thank everybody who listens to this great podcast and who listens to me and Raf Bizzarro on the Napoli Rant for everything that you guys have, sent us, and all of the great messages and texts and emails and, Twitter messages and DMs or what have you. and for supporting us and supporting the show and making us feel like this entire thing we do is worth it. This network that really only consists of 2 shows right now, we're looking to grow, and we're looking to change and reformat. And, you know, with the help and the support of you, the listeners, the fans of ours, you know, nothing is impossible. And I want you guys to really, really understand how much we appreciate and love. And, you know, when we get stopped by people at events like the Maradona on the 4th, or even at other miscellaneous events that we've held, it warms my heart and my soul to know that you all appreciate me, Henry, Michele, Ralph Bizzarro, you know, and all of our contributions to this great network and this great, you know, for this great team, for this great club. This was the highlight of my life, one of them anyway, you know, and you'll hear Henry with a lot of, you know, a lot of our listeners, a lot of our supporters, and a lot of us. You'll hear us, and then Marco Cubani recorded something as well. I'm gonna attach that as a Cubani's Corner podcast. But I will check right back with you guys right after the final words of Henry Bell, just to tie up that podcast in a bow and see you guys off. So here it is, guys. Episode 32 of In the Shadow of Vesuvio, live, June 4th, 2023, before Napoli-Sampdoria, at Stadio Diego Armando Maradona in Fuorigrotta. Enjoy.
Ciao ragazzi and benvenuti to the 32nd episode of In the Shadow of Vesuvio, coming live from just outside the Stadio Diego Armando Maradona. We will be hearing from Raffa Rispo, Kirsten, dear Marco, dear Raffa. It's going to be a real mashup today. Might be slightly chaotic. There might be some audio issues, because as you hear, there are quite a lot of sirens and noise. But I figured that you're all Napoli fans and you'd rather hear it straight and direct from the stadium. So yeah, it's been a completely crazy few days, as I'm sure you can imagine. And the entire city has been full of the Scudetto. I've been in Capri, banners everywhere. I've been in Vomero, the Cortieri. I've been Via Toledo. Everywhere is full. It's a cliche to say, but it is unbelievable just how much of the city is devoted to this Scudetto. Every street, every person that I've seen is wearing Napoli colours. I've made completely random friends simply by wearing a Napoli shirt. It's been a breathtaking and incredible few days, culminating in this incredible moment where a lot of us who have been podcasting together for 7 years now have actually come together. So I'm going to hand over. Michele's just finishing a disgusting panino, and I'm going to ask him what number 32 is on the Napoli tombola. I mean, is it number 32? Just going to check. It is. Allora, Michele, you're live on air. Michele, are you eating one of your infamous paninos now?
How am I going to talk?
Love it. I love it. So this is Michele's told me about these paninos, and they're the disgusting things full of nonsense.
No, these are not the ones. No. That's another type of panino, the ignorant panino. This is somewhat dignified. So this one is not ignorant. Ignorant comes after the game.
Wait, that's not panini?
No, that's like a...
You're now hearing the voice of the one, the only Kirsten Schlewis.
See, we're learning together, people, that panini is not always panini.
Kirsten, do you have a message for everybody? This is a infamous mashup episode. It's very chaotic, but here you are. Say hello to everybody.
I have a message for everyone that they are very much missing out if they're not here right now, and you will probably regret it for the rest of your life. So I'm floating.
Can you paint a bit of a picture about what's in front of us?
Well, I've seen banners that say Naples is every color, but pretty much it's blue. There is blue smoke. There are fire going on all over the place. Banners waving, flags waving, horns, which you can probably hear in the background. Chanting,
yeah, that's one of those
horns. But blue. Maradona's everywhere. It's amazing.
So yeah, we're just meeting up in the bar where Michele hangs out with people before the game, and I'd say there's about 3,000 people around, just waiting to get in, singing songs. I can see maybe 30 flags, Maradona's face, the colours of Napoli. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Michele's chomping on a spinner. I'm going to go and find Raffa Rispo, who's in the crowd. So I'm gonna come over now. I'm just walking past the indefatigable Mo Salah and payment. Say hi to the listeners.
Hello, listeners. Hey.
Hello, listeners. Ciao. So here we are. Oh, Rafa's on the phone. So I'm just going to walk it towards the crowd slightly so you can actually hear it, everybody. The smell of smoke from the flares is really overpowering. It's glorious. It feels like the best fireworks night you've ever been to, but just blue. It's a blue sky, there's blue flares, there's blue flags. There's a reason why this team is called Gli Azzurri, and we're very much seeing it now. I hope you can all hear me okay. But I figured you'd rather have the atmosphere direct than not direct. Rafa's just talking to his family. Glorious. And he's here with his dad. Rafa's dad's been a bit of a mainstay of the shows that I've done, the Maradona series that we did many years ago. Please do go back through our feed to find sort of 90-minute episodes about the Maradona era in Napoli. When I did that during lockdown with Raffa, I never would have thought in a million years that we would be here in person and we would be celebrating winning the Scudetto. Raffa Rispo, come stai? You're live.
I'm crying. I just got off the phone with my kids, and to watch them on FaceTime watch me here is just, I'm overwhelmed with joy. You caught me at the right time, Henry.
Dude, when we did that Maradona series, I'm getting emotional now. Oh man. When we did that Maradona series when it was like 3-4 years ago in lockdown.
COVID.
It was a tough time, wasn't it? It was for both of us. You know, you had your family. I was working every day. It was so hard. Could you have imagined in a million years we would be here together, celebrate the Scudetto?
No, honestly, no, I couldn't. And you know, I'm always the optimist about everything. You know this, Henry. I in my heart, I knew we would win this with guys like Koulibaly, Insigne, Mertens, you know. And when they left, a little piece of that kind of went away.
Yeah.
And then here we are, you know.
We did it so amazingly. Rafa's got tears streaming down his face.
I was always the guy to say, we're going to win one with De Laurentiis, at least. And then when they left, like I said, here we are, man. This is
arm in arm.
This is arm in arm. This is fucking amazing. Excuse my language.
No, it's okay. And you're the one that has to edit this, man.
I'm gonna leave it in. It's a raw emotion.
Is your dad gonna be okay if I say hi to him?
My dad's gonna be fine if you say hi to him. Please.
Ciao. So I'm recording the podcast, and I just want to bring you in to ask you like how it feels to be here with Raffa.
How does it feel? Immensely. I feel so, you don't know, from this moment, to me it's like the best in the world. I never experienced something like this with my son right here.
It's really beautiful to see the two of you here. Yeah. I mean, I'm a very unemotional English man, and you're making me crack up. So, and did you ever think that this could happen? Did you ever think you would see a Scudetto with your son in Naples?
I'll be honest with you. At the beginning, when they sold the play, I was very skeptical. But then when I saw playing a couple games, I said, "Hey, Raffi, we're going to win.
He did.
We're going to win. Don't worry about it." So,
A little news. When the Champions League came to Brooklyn for their coverage in America, he was all over the Scudetto trophy because Serie A brought the trophy, and he was all over it, pictures, holding it, and I was like, no, I'm not touching this thing. And he said, "Come on, Raffi, we're gonna win it. This is the end of October, so you know how skeptical I was."
I remember very well.
But he never. 2 games in, he knew it.
but that's my. That's what it. There's no words, man. There's no words.
Fine, don't worry. It's beautiful. Well, I'll leave you two to have a moment. I'll be back in a bit, but wonderful.
Grazie, Henry.
Forza Napoli sempre.
Ciao.
Nearly got run over by a scooter then. Classic Napoli style. So I'm going to head back over. I think Michele might have finished his. He might have finished his panino. Maybe not. Kirsten, I've just seen Raffa cry. Are you surprised?
Oh, he's still crying. Rafa is still crying. You know what? Orosh wants to say that this is not that impressive. Come speak into it. Say you've seen this before.
Oh, you've seen this before? You've been in Naples before?
Well, I've been to Naples before, and I've seen insane celebrations before.
Yeah.
But this is, I gotta say, it seems more spontaneous than anything I've seen. It's really insane and really fun. So,
excellent. Would you just like to introduce yourself to everybody listening at home?
I am Uroš, and I am a fan of Red Star Belgrade. Also someone who really loves the city of Napoli, and sort of likes the club as well. I mean, I can't say I'm a fan, but I do like it.
And is there anyone else that you like who stood in the near vicinity here?
I don't know.
Fiorentina. He's a Fiorentina fan. But we welcome him because Zvezda and Napoli are now twinned. So it's all okay.
We're all good. Oh my God, Jamie from hang on. Jamie from Glasgow Napoli would like to say hi to everyone at home.
Hey everyone, how you doing? Forza Napoli.
And you've come all the way from Scotland.
Yes.
Representing. Where did we last watch a Napoli game together, Jamie?
Where did we watch it? I can't remember. The Bull in Paisley, yes, on home soil.
And how different would you say our current surroundings are?
There's a buzz about the place.
I mean, that is Jamie, faithful to Paisley. Right, I'm going to check that this is still recording. It is. Oh my God, I can't believe this is still working. Right, where am I going to go? I'm going to go over to Michele. Michele, what's number 32 in the Napoli Tombola?
Oh, that's supposed to know. I have no idea. I don't know all the 90 numbers by the top of my head.
There must be somebody here that knows. Oh, we got like a Napoli siren thing coming in. Wow. This is going to be like the most annoying listen. I hope nobody's listening like in their office or whatever. We have stood next to me is one of my favourite people in the Napoli Tifosi community. Mo Salad, can you just put your feelings into words for everybody at home?
I don't think there's words that can be used or have been created to describe what we're feeling. It's kind of just got to be there, experience it. There's been so many ups and downs, so many close calls, so many near misses, but finally, even now, it's a little bit unbelievable. I still think something's going to happen before we lift the trophy, so we don't lift the trophy. But
Osimhen points deduction. Yeah. Don't even think it, Mo.
I don't know, man. But we're here. We've done it. We've finally done it, man. So
beautiful. And the last time we were here was the last game of last season,
and it was Insigne's goodbye.
Yeah.
Obviously, I wish some of the old guard were here. Insigne, Mertens, Koulibaly, but they paved the way for this. So it's every Napoli player that has played in the last 20 years. All of them have a hand in this one, so.
I mean, yeah, and I don't think we would have thought a year ago that we'd be here again now.
Exactly. Losing 5 starters, losing Ospina, Fabian, Mertens, Insigne, Koulibaly, replacing them with lesser known players. You would never think this is the year we'd win the league by 20 plus points. So
it's a dream, isn't it? It was so easy. It was the crazy thing how easy it was.
It's crazy how all the heartbreaking title races we've been in, the one time we win it, it wasn't a race at all. Like, it stopped being a race in like October. So,
and imagine how nuts it would have been in '87 when it was close. We never won it before.
Yeah.
Oh man! Right, I'm gonna go say hi to Dan. We're joined with.
I know I want a hug.
I'm recording right now.
I want a hug first.
Okay, this is a live on air hug. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Love me. This is a beautiful. Dan, we're gonna talk properly in a sec, but whilst I'm recording, put this into words, man. Like, I've painted a picture of the scene in front of us, but for the people back home, they know your story. They know how you've been adopted by the city, how you live and bleed this city. What's it like to see? I mean, the thing since I've been here, the whole city is the Scudetto. I mean, it's crazy, isn't it? How does that feel for you that's been here for so long?
Oh, man. I listened to Pino Daniele, Napoli on the road, coming from the B&B to here, and I think I got all my crying out in the car, man.
You know, Will Raffa's been crying for all of us. It's fine.
Yeah. Oh, man, this is just incredible, man. I mean, I didn't go through the 33 years, so I can't even imagine to understand what it feels like, especially if you're a dad and you have a kid that gets to experience this right now. It's unbelievable.
And did you think you'd ever see this day?
Oh, no, we're going to see this day.
But did you always think that this day would come?
Not at the beginning.
No, I don't think I did.
Not at the beginning, but I think 2018 was when I knew it was going to eventually happen after seeing them that year. So, oh man, it's awesome. It's awesome, Henry.
And you've done. I just have to say to everyone listening at home, like Dan's done loads of amazing stuff for everyone that's come over here. It's been a big journey for lots of us. Dan's been really helping organising a real community here. As you say, Napoli Nation, right?
Yes, Napoli Nation. For me, Napoli Nation is just every single Napoli fan across the entire globe. I mean, I love the name just because it means that we're a community, and it's not about trying to be better than somebody else. It's about being together. And yesterday for the lunch, that was one of our first moments where I felt like we were all together, really from all over the world, and it was a pretty cool feeling. But when we get in that stadium and we're together, that's going to be fucking Napoli Nation, man. That's going to be Napoli Nation. Yeah, I can't wait.
Fantastic, Dan. We're going to hang out soon. I'm going to go around. I'm going to annoy Michele Borelli. Right, we're live. I've been wandering around. I know you're busy because you have a job. Did you think that this would happen? Did you think we would ever be stood here celebrating the Scudetto?
No. You know that I didn't know. It feels like a dream, honestly. It's even more, because in my dreams, at one point I sabotaged my dreams and I never thought this would actually happen. But yeah, there was a lifelong, at least objective goal for me, and to have it happen before I'm 60 or 70 is quite an achievement for me. So it's very nice. Here next to me there is a friend of mine from my high school, and we used to talk all the time about, like through the Mazzarri era, about our victories, about if we ever would win the Scudetto. But the conversation would never go too far, because it would never finish with sure, whatever. It's gonna be, but it was never realistic. But now he's standing next to me, and
Dove?
This guy.
Andrea, come stai?
Bene, grazie, tu?
Sì, credi lo Scudetto è qui?
Sì, per fortuna sì, siamo a 33 anni.
Sì?
È arrivato.
È pazza, sì. Allora, non...
Coming back home.
It's coming home. So how long have you known Andrea for, Michele?
Yeah, I don't know, 15 years, 16 years or something. Da quanto tempo ci conosciamo? 15 anni più. 15 years.
And is he a Curva B guy too?
He's a Curva B guy, but he couldn't get tickets for this game, so he got tickets through a sponsor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he had hair when we first met. Now he's bald because he's old.
I mean, I've seen Salvatore Aronica play football. I can understand where his hair's gone. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up quite soon, but I'm going to ask you for a spontaneous Neapolitan expression of the week. Okay, what's in your head? What comes in there? And you can be as rude as you like. You can be as obscene as you like. What's in your head right now in Neapolitan?
I don't know. No actual phrase comes to mind, because I don't think there is an actual phrase which can describe something which you didn't even dare of dreaming of. So the only words I've been saying for the past month and a half is "Ce l'abbiamo fatta." We did it. I've been saying just three simple words. I've been saying this for a few months now, for a few weeks, to all the friends I grew up with watching Napoli. So yeah, guys, ce l'abbiamo fatta.
Love it. I can't think of a better way to do it. I'm just going to say thank you, Michele, for everything. You're a good guy, even though I think you're a twat, really. But we did it, man. When we started the show a year ago, we're here. Everybody loves him. For those of you listening, I hope you enjoyed this spontaneous episode. Follow us at Far From Vesuvius, at Shadow of Vesuvio, at Napoli Ran, and Forza Napoli sempre.
There it is. I mean, how much better does it get? Napoli are about to lift the Scudetto. We're about to go into Stadio Diego Armando Maradona to watch Napoli-Sampdoria in what was Fabio Quagliarella's swan song. We got to watch former players like Gabbiadini. We got to watch player on loan like Zanoli, who contributed in a small way, but contributed to our success this season for half the season. And we got to watch our heroes. We got to watch Kim Min-jae, who didn't play. I think he was suspended, but who didn't play because of that reason. But we got to watch Kim collect his Defensive Player of the Season award. We got to watch Il Capocannoniere, Victor Osimhen, pick up his Best Striker / Capocannoniere award. And we got to watch Kvicha Kvaratskhelia pick up the MVP of Serie A award in his first season. They overlooked him as Young Player of the Year and picked him as MVP, Most Valuable Player award. I mean, I don't know. And then we lifted the Scudetto, you know. We received our medals and lifted the Scudetto into the Napoli sky. And it was just the most amazing experience. You know, not a lot of us that you heard on this show sat together. We all were spread out throughout the Maradona. But it was just the most amazing experience, just to be in that electric atmosphere was highlight of my Napoli life, and everyone there got to feel the same. Kirsten did not have tickets, but she met us outside the Maradona, and then she went off to Piazza Plebiscito, where you guys have seen photos of that. 1 million people outside the streets, you know, in all the piazza and all the little areas that they set up screens to watch the celebration. And Kirsten and her fiance were in Plebiscito, which was amazing. And all that is amazing and great, but when you hear and also we won 2-0, which was amazing. Osimhen penalty kick and Simeone blast from outside the box, which I believe we only scored 3 goals from outside the box this season, but it happened while we were there. And you know, what a revelation Simeone has become. Anyway, the horns and the sirens, and it's funny because Henry apologizes for the noise, and there's no apologies necessary. That was the coolest podcast I've ever heard in my life being recorded. Like, you just feel the party scene. And, you know, I haven't posted a lot of videos or pictures from that day either. And shame on me. So check Far From Vesuvius. I know Henry's posted a few things from the shadow of Vesuvio or from his personal Twitter, Henry Bel Calcio. But check Far From Vesuvius soon. Check my Twitter, Raffa Napoli 83 soon, for pictures and video and a sense of what we were around during Henry's filming of this podcast. You know, for a good, you know, dose of what it was like. To feel what it was like. And I just want to say another, you know, I just want to add here that, you know, Henry and Michele, again, off the cuff, you know, impromptu live podcast. So Michele didn't get to see what the 32 in the tombola was. Number 32 is O Capitone, Il Capitone, which means the big head. And what that is on the tombola is, it's actually the European eel. It's a fish that Neapolitans fry for Christmas time. That is the tombola number 32. Big-headed eel. I guess I can relate that tombola to the fact that we all had big heads at the Stadio Maradona as champions. In America, having a big head, like saying someone has a big head, it's sort of a way to refer to a person having like a lot of faith in themselves, or a lot of, not even faith, but like feel like they feel important. To have a big head, they're very confident in themselves, So to say, oh, your head is so big it won't fit in the vehicle, meaning you have a lot of like confidence in yourself, and that I think was the epitome of Napoli's season: confidence. A team that was touted to not do anything this season ended up winning the whole thing and performing well in Champions League and making the world notice that Napoli are for real. We go into the Champions League in pot 1, as Scudetto winners. So there's a big head. There's the Capitone, La Capolista tiene il Capitone. So I guess that there's sort of the correlation that I just figured out in my head as we speak here. That's episode 32 of In the Shadow of Vesuvio in the books. I know Henry gave his Napolitan saying of the week, phrase of the week, but I'd like to give my own. And I want to thank, again, everybody who listens to this podcast for me, for listening to me come in the beginning and close out. I've never actually featured on this podcast, which I think is a good idea because I have enough, you guys hear me enough on the rant. As a producer, I just kind of want to stay in the back and let Henry and Michele shine. But I really did want to add a little bit to this because I just wanted everyone to know how much that day meant to all of us at Far From Vesuvius Network. But I'll add this saying that I saw on the streets, like on a sign. Napoli was the Scudetto. Like the whole city was the Scudetto this season. And it was painted everywhere. And I saw this sign that really, really stuck to me. And I believe I took a picture of it. And I'll post that as well with this episode. But my Napolitan phrase is "È successo." È successo. I'm guessing that in Italian it's "a successo." È successo. And in English it means it happened. And for me, that's all I need to say. It happened. È successo. It says so much in just those two words. We'll see you soon. Episode 33 is recorded and sent and waiting to be released. And these guys are actually filming episode 34 soon. Can you believe it? 3 shows in the matter of probably a week from Henry and Michele. It's quite unbelievable. But guys, thank you so much. Look for the Napoli rant soon. We're going to put a bow on our season as well. And then we're going to enjoy the summer, retool, repackage, recharge, refresh. and get ready for the Scudetto defense, guys. Get ready for the 23-24 kits with the Scudetto on them. Get ready for new signings, players leaving, new managers. Mind you, at the time of all this recording, our new manager hasn't been announced yet. This is all still Spalletti days. And just a new season, a title defense. Thank you, grazie, forza Napoli sempre. Ciao.
Campioni d'Italia siamo noi, siamo noi, siamo noi. I campioni dell'Italia siamo noi, siamo noi, siamo noi. I campioni dell'Italia siamo noi, siamo noi, siamo noi. I campioni dell'Italia siamo noi.